Freaks, it's Wednesday, May 6th, 2026. Coming up on the program today, a society built on big old titties is bound to collapse under its own milk-filled memory weight. Plus, biblically speaking, women are all bitches. And a Secret Service member's not-so-secret public masturbation session.
It's time once again for DV's Weekly Wellness Check-In with Stacey Kennison.
Hey, it's me, Stacey Kennison. I just want to say it looks like one of John Gotti's relatives stalked me today on the way to the library. And I think Sandra Bullock is kind of related to him. And I don't want anything to do with crime, witchcraft, or prostitution. I was told John Gotti Jr. gave permission to do whatever Sandra Bullock and Jenny Mercer wanted to do to me, which was make a satanic deal and abuse and exploit me to death and try and murder me and send me to hell. I renounce all Latin people, all Italian people that say it's okay to blaspheme my genitalia, my reproductive system, and I renounce all of them in the name of Jesus Christ that are doing that. And I renounce the Renee Zunica family that keeps teaming up with some German Jews or maybe some German Jew relatives of mine saying that I'm going to be Chicano and have my genitals blasphemed. So Renee, in the name of Jesus Christ, I renounce you, your family, and your network.
It's Distorted View Daily, sponsored by DV listener Flaming Nutsack.
Drunken Negro Face Cookie.
Are you on the internet? Isn't that for techno geeks with spreadsheets?
It's just a fun thing.
Rape my boy pussy! Rape my boy pussy!
Yes! Hey, freaks, Tim back here with you for your midweek Wednesday episode of DV. Have a great one for you. Made extra great because, yes, we have a sponsor. Rodderpay, tell us a little more.
Yes, today's show is sponsored by DV listener Flaming Nutsack, who would like to hear some instant karma clips. Also, in case you're wondering, Flaming Nutsack is a wine aficionado, also a skilled ballroom dancer and a dog lover. While the dog is part husky, quote, I don't get into any of that kinky stuff with her.
I'm not thinking that, or at least I wasn't, until you made it a point to specifically say you're not into fucking animals. Now I totally think you are. This is what happens when you drink a little too much wine, huh? Sorry, Mr. Aficionado. I'm thinking maybe you need to cut back. After like your fifth glass, you start to get all horned up. You're looking around. What can I stick my dick in today, you wonder aloud? There's no one there with you, though, except for your dog with those sweet puppy dog eyes staring back at you lovingly. You mistake that for lust. You're like, it's go time. I want to stick my dick in your little tail hole. I'm calling the ASPCA and the cops on you. ASPA. I mean ASAP. I don't care if you're a sponsor. It's disgusting. I'm just kidding, of course. I'm sure someone with the name Flaming Nutsack isn't a complete degenerate. I'm just joking around with you. What is your favorite type of wine? Are you a Merlot type of guy, or are you one of them Zinfandel bitches? Occasionally I think to myself, like, oh, I'm going to become a wine guy. Like, become really knowledgeable in wine, have wine with meals and stuff. I don't know. I go through these phases where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to class up my life a little bit. I'll buy a bottle and I'll never open it. I just don't drink alcohol, any type of it really anymore. I think the problem with wine is when you have it with a meal, you want something good, and I eat trash. You know what I mean? What wine pairing goes with KFC's country fried steak meals, you know? Or like a Taco Bell Mexican pizza. That's the caliber of food I'm eating. I'm putting into my system. Cheap-ass Chinese food. Oh, a lot of hard-boiled eggs. What wine goes good with hard-boiled eggs? Maybe Flaming Nutsack can help me with that one. Anyway, thank you so much, Flaming Nutsack, for sponsoring the show. You wanted instant karma, eh? Well, I've got two short examples of instant karma to share with you. You know I love when children get hurt. And it's even better when they deserve it. In this first clip, a father is eating some noodles and his stupid-ass kid is bothering him, trying to get his attention. Eventually, the kid actually bites the father. He sinks his teeth right into dad's shoulders, and dad's not trying to hurt the kid, but, you know, it's a reflex. When someone's biting your shoulder, you kick your shoulder back. I guess the kid was like standing on a chair or something at the time, and that sudden shoulder movement knocked him off balance, and then he falls.
No,
I don't know if this kid is retarded or he's speaking a different language. Maybe he's Martian.
No, Ninu.
And,
Ninu, Doctor, Ninu.
and there goes the teeth. And the kid falls off the chair. You love to hear it. My only criticism of this video is that it didn't go on for a little bit longer. I would have liked to hear more crying. The other short instant karma clip I have for you is a woman who's upset because she ran her car into another vehicle. Somehow it's the guy who she hits fault.
You drove the front of your car into mine. Here's the cops. Here's the cops.
So not only is she yelling at him, she takes a swing at him, right?
Here's the cops.
Right there.
Here's the cops.
As the cops are pulling up.
Well, I'm pressing charges now. I'm pressing charges now.
Stop, you can't press charges.
I'm pressing charges.
You're recording me without my permission, bitch.
Not only are you in public, but you caused an accident. Of course he's going to film this.
Knock it off.
Yep.
Stop recording me, bitch. Stop recording me, bitch.
She totally ignores the cop who just got on the loudspeaker and was like, knock it the fuck off. And then she hits the guy again.
Knock it off.
Yep.
Stop recording me, bitch. Stop
And-
recording me, bitch.
You just hit my phone.
Stop
You just
recording
hit
me,
my
bitch.
phone.
Stop recording me, bitch.
You just hit my phone.
What? This bitch.
So now she walks towards the cop thinking that he's going to help her.
Stop recording me without my permission. Stop recording me.
She just spit on me. She hit my phone.
Instead, he grabs her arm and promptly handcuffs her.
She hit my car.
Right, this thing over here. Hold on. Let me put my phone in my pocket, you fucking pig. Let me put my phone in my pocket, you fucking pig.
Stop.
Bruh, this is, bro, what the fuck
Bruh.
is this shit? How you gonna arrest
Stop.
me,
You're not
bruh?
under arrest right now. No.
How you gonna arrest me? Boy, I got places to be.
Like, you know, it's against the law to arrest someone if they have somewhere important to be.
I got places to be. What the fuck y'all on, bruh? Bruh, he can't record me without my permission.
Also, where the hell are you going to go? Your car's totaled.
That's fucking the law. No, it's not.
Stop.
He cannot record me.
Wow, everything she does and says is completely wrong. Well, there you go. Just some instant karma for today's sponsor. Hope you enjoyed that. Moving on now. Christian churches seem to be all moving away from the traditional way sermons have been preached, with messages of, you know, Jesus is love, God is forgiving, treat others well, even if you don't agree with them, yada, yada, yada. Things have been morphing over the last few years to, you know, Jesus was a badass, and if he were alive today, Jesus would be riding a hog, and he'd have an entire artillery in his house. He'd be strapped to the max with bazookas and AK-47s and all that shit, right? The church seems to be retconning Jesus, but they're really trying to appeal to alpha males, right? I guess that's the demographic who is attending church. Pastor Manning is getting in on this a little bit.
You can't build a society with tits. You got to have somebody who can raise that child with balls.
Yeah, there's got to be a more tactful way of putting that. The world don't need pussy or great big old titties. What the world needs now are testicles. I agree, actually. Tits and pussy is overrated. Maybe Pastor Manning is trying to appeal to homosexuals. It's kind of working. I know if I lived near Harlem, I would attend the Atla Worldwide Church.
They have no idea of the worth of what we lost, of what we used to be. We used to be a powerful people. They've destroyed that. The filmmakers, the rappers, Dr. King.
I don't know if Jesse Lee Peterson and Pastor Manning have ever gotten together for a powwow, but this is one area where they both agree. Dr. Martin Luther King is really the root of all the problems for black people, surprisingly. They both really hate the man. Pastor Manning, for some reason, is lumping him in with rappers.
They have destroyed who we were. No fathers in the home anymore. And all the children being raised by mothers. You can't build a society with tits. You got to have somebody who can raise that child with balls.
I mean, come on!
I'm not crazy.
Well,
but that's what they'll say about me. He's a hater. No, I'm not. Nobody, I love you. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to rescue you. And according to Jesus, the only way we're going to stop this madness is that we got to kill off these leaders.
This is really where Pastor Manning's sermon goes off the rails, right? I'm pretty sure he's advocating assassination, like killing leaders. I'm sure if you ask him, he's going to be like, that's not what I said. That's what Jesus says to do.
That are destroying the minds of our young people. They don't know the Lord. They don't know the power of God.
Go on.
Because you're not going to convince them. They're making too much money. You got to kill them. There's a kill order.
I'm pretty sure Pastor Manning here just issued a fatwa. Speaking of Jesse Lee Peterson, while Pastor Manning is talking about how we don't need any more tits, Jesse Lee is just flat out calling women bitches.
One of the reasons that black men leave or don't date black women is because black women are like now.
They bleeped out bitch, but he most certainly said bitch. Men are leaving women because they be so bitchy. By the way, his guest that he's talking to is an obvious gay man. So I don't know what he's going to bring to the discussion here.
What? Yeah, and the men don't know how to deal with that because they never dealt with their mothers in the right way. Mm-hmm. And now these black women are becoming educated, and the more educated they are, the more of a they become.
Yeah, it's way better when women are stupid, can't think for themselves, and you just have no way out of a situation. You know, you start giving women options, that's when the attitude comes out. Like, wait a second, I'm stuck in the house day in and day out, making dinner for a guy who beats the fuck out of me. I have a degree in business management. I could just leave, get my own fucking place. I guess that's what you call a bitch.
Oh my goodness.
And the guys just don't want to be bothered with that. Have you noticed that?
No, not necessarily. I feel like
you haven't noticed that they become.
No, I feel like the more educated they become,
the more of a they are.
No, the more value.
I do love Jesse Lee Peterson. I think I like him more than Pastor Manning, just because, like, you know, Jesse Lee Peterson has the great voice. He sounds like both a stroke victim and someone who's just really dumb. And he's got a radio show and people listen to what he has to say.
They can add to the household.
Add hell, more hell.
Are you married?
No.
I see why.
And the rumor, of course, is that Jesse Lee Peterson is secretly gay. Some guys have come forward that have worked with him and like had previously been homeless or something. Like, it's just like weird rumors. You can see why maybe Jesse Lee Peterson doesn't care for ladies. Calls them bitches.
These women are out here being mothers, wives,
I know, that's
judges, lawyers. No, a lot of them are married.
Yeah, but the man is a beta. Beta.
This is my kind of gay. He finds Jesse Lee Peterson entertaining. Someone actually called out Jesse Lee on his radio show for calling women bitches. Jesse did not back down.
Can I say one thing that you said on your own show to a female on the telephone?
Yes.
And I'm trying to figure out where your concept and where your development and how do you speak, being a reverend, call a female a bitch. How can you do that, sir?
Like this, bitch.
Oh, this time we get the uncensored Jesse Lee Peterson. Even people who disagree with Jesse Lee find him entertaining. I kind of had the same reaction to Glenn Miller. Remember the guy, the anti-Jewish, super racist write-in candidate for Congress? It was fun to listen to him. It was fun to talk to him. And then he had to go and, he went a little too far when he tried to shoot up a Jewish center. But, I always have to point this out because it's so funny. Like the bonehead that he is, Glenn Miller ended up shooting at people who weren't even Jewish. Missed the mark.
It's easy.
I just don't understand your terminology, Jack. You say you
don't know what a bitch is?
Huh?
You don't know what a bitch is when you see one?
It could be a bitch. Could be a whole lot of things. But
do you recognize a bitch when you see one?
No, I don't.
You are a big liar, Tony.
Can you ask that question?
How do you live with yourself, man?
When you call a female a bitch, what did you say to her?
Bitch.
What
Tony, I got it. You know what a bitch is when you see one. Stop lying. I got to take a break. Thank you, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah, I was wondering why that country music was playing. They were just leading up to a break. Tony, I'd love to talk with you more about bitches, but I got to take a break. Beta break. Anyway, those are two of my favorite black people, Pastor Manning and Jesse Lee Peterson. Moving on now. I've got a neighborly dispute here. We've got a crotchety old woman who thinks she owns the street and someone who's just existing.
Why are you harassing me?
Sounds like there might be a racial component to this.
I want you to leave this neighborhood right now.
You don't belong.
Leave right now.
You're a Karen. You're only doing that because I'm black. Because you're a racist.
I don't care what business you have in this place. Leave. Go.
Girl, you are not running nothing but your raggedy ass mouth with your old ass.
I want you out of this neighborhood. You are on private property.
Girl, shut up. You're not running shit. You don't run shit but this little bitty ass duplex right here that you live in with your slow, retarded ass. How old are you, 100? You look like you're MHMR.
Like, what I love is all of the stuff that this woman is saying has shocked Granny. She doesn't know how to respond to any of it.
This property.
Girl, shut up.
Now.
Quit doing that shit that you be seeing on TV. That shit not working.
She just says the same thing over and over.
I'm not.
No, what address?
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. What you gonna do if I... No. Right, what you gonna do if I don't? You just trying to get attention. Why you can't control your eyes? Why you looking everywhere with your dumb ass?
I want you to leave.
I don't care what you want.
Granny really thought she could bully this person as if she's president of the street and commands some sort of respect. Meanwhile, this black lady, I feel like she's having fun. She's just toying with this near dead at this point.
I want you to go straighten them eyes out, but you ain't straightened them out. I want you to go straighten your crossed eyes out. And don't give yourself a heart attack, you little old lady. I want you to leave that property right now! Leave!
What business do you have in this neighborhood?
None of
Yeah, it's none of your business.
your motherfucking business. I can tell you that. You ain't paying me. You little scallywag. Girl, shut your dumb ass up. The same one your mama and your daddy have. That's the one I have. The same one your mama and your daddy have. With your little retarded ass. Why are you standing out here? Why you don't have your ass at work or at a nursing home?
Yeah, Granny is out of her league here.
Why? Why are you here?
I've never seen this car in this neighborhood before.
It don't matter. Are you the police?
This really is what old people do. They keep tabs on the cars that drive past the neighborhood, park in driveways. They're under the impression if an unknown vehicle appears, they have every right to demand they leave. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
Right now.
Can you go call the police on me, please? Please go call the police on me so I can leave.
Yeah, how dumb is this old woman? She's really dumb if she calls the cops, thinking they're going to help her.
With them raggedy ass Skechers you got on, with that hand on that branch. Girl, can you please call the police on me, please? Please?
I want to know.
I'm about to call them.
Address in this neighborhood do you need to be at?
Don't worry about it. I'm going to sit right here at yours.
The block number and the street.
The block number? Girl, you need to shut your dumb ass up.
All right, you get the idea there. Couple more short clips, and then we will get into the news. Edward Furlong is an actor, primarily like a child actor. He was the kid in Terminator 2. That was probably his biggest film. He was also in American History X, and I remember him from that John Waters movie Pecker. Full of grace, full of grace. Like a lot of child stars, he got a little mixed up with drugs and stuff, so he hasn't been doing a lot since puberty, I guess. During the height of his fame, though, he tried to start a music career, and he actually found some success, in Japan. He literally was big in Japan. I don't even know if you could purchase his CDs here in America, but overseas in 1992, Hold On Tight was released. And as I just stated, it was pretty popular in the East. As a matter of fact, according to Internet Movie Database, the title track reached #1 in Japan, surpassing Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You on the Japanese charts. I've got some examples here of Edward's music. Now, I'm going to do him a little dirty. I stripped out a lot of the instrumentals because I think it's important for you to really hear his vocal range. First up, here's a little bit of his song, I'll Be Waiting.
Wish there was more time in the day to chase all your tears and fears away. Someday you'll know where I'm meant to be.
I don't even know how to classify this music, which is probably why it was only released in Japan. You know, in Japan, you just say, hey, here's an American actor singing. Woo! That's enough to move units. Here in the United States, we'd be like, what type of music is this? Is this like pop? Like bubblegum pop? It's certainly not rock.
I'll be waiting to find it in your heart. I'll be waiting. Oh.
I mean, obviously it's pop music, but the problem is it's also like sung by a child. So is this directed at the youth market? Are we supposed to expect that this would be played on like top 40 radio?
I'll be waiting to lead you through the dark. I'll be waiting to find it in your heart.
Yeah, this suffers from what a lot of kid musicians produce, and that is just very whiny vocals. The next song is the title track, Hold On Tight. This is what dethroned Whitney Houston.
I gave her love and I gave her my heart, but she threw it all away.
Holy shit. The Japanese preferred this to I will always love you.
All she gave me was loneliness in the night.
Yeah, come on, Whitney. Step up your game.
We made a promise as I held you tenderly. A gift of love that holiday. We'll decorate the tree, put up the light, and sing a song of joy together.
It certainly sounds like a joyous song. Holy shit. Oh, he did a cover of The Doors' People Are Strange. People are strange when you're a stranger, you know.
People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone.
Again, as someone who cannot carry a tune, the instrumentals really do help you out. They can cover a lot up. Not everything, but a lot. And so, like I said, I'm doing Edward a little dirty here by taking out all the instrumentals, but this is what we're dealing with here, talent-wise.
When you're strange.
Oh, he's got some help for the chorus here. You know, he reminds me of Your Cardboard Heart. That's the song he should be singing. An Ode to Abortion.
Newborn joy you're brought into the world.
Yeah, I think Edward Furlong could tackle that. All right, and with that, let's get into the crazy, bizarre twist to the fucked up news right now. Not a great singer, but, you know, he's a good actor. I liked Pecker. Like I said, I liked American History X, mostly for the curb stomping scene. T2, also a good one. Listen, if you're not yet a member of the Distorted View Sideshow, what are you waiting for? Help support this stupidity. Become a true and honorable freak today. Sign up. This is how I make my living. So I could really use your help. Sign up for a monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, yearly, or monthly, or yearly, or quarterly, or semi-annual, or lifetime, or monthly. Just pick something. All major credit cards and PayPal accepted. Every week we do exclusive shows just for paying members. So when you sign up, you gain access to a personal podcast feed that you can just copy and paste into whatever podcast app you use. That's how you'll get all the free shows and all of the exclusive programs. Now, if you happen to use Spotify to listen to DV, that's not technically a real podcast app, so you're going to have to do things a little bit differently. You'll just sign up for Sideshow Access inside of Spotify. Just search for Distorted View. You'll find a link to tap onto. You'll sign up inside of Spotify and then get instant access to all of the exclusive shows we do right alongside the free episodes. So that's how you'll handle that if you listen to DV in Spotify. Other ways to help the show out, we've got a Patreon account, patreon.com/distortedview. Every little bit helps. People pledging $1, $2. I really appreciate it. If you pledge at least $5, though, you get access to a special voicemail line where I will play your calls first. So, yes, we've got some patrons checking in today. And you can sponsor an episode of DV for only $25. It's another fun way to help us out. You get your name out there. I'll say it. I'll sing your praises. Just let me know how you'd like to sponsor the program. If you want me to dedicate the show to someone, if you've got a message you want me to get out there, if you want me to talk about something in particular or play audio clips, just PayPal me, show@distortedview.com. Again, it's only $25, and then make sure to let me know how you would like to sponsor. All right, 3 very quick stories. First up, are you super afraid your mobile phone is going to turn you into a cock-smoking fairy? If so, you're not alone. There are so many straight guys who are afraid that they may accidentally surf to the wrong URL, they might download the wrong app, and the next thing you know, they'll be craving for homosexual bareback action. It happens more often than you'd think. Well, thankfully now we've got some solutions. A new Christian-focused wireless provider is launching in the U.S. with plans to block porn, LGBTQ-related material, even gay stuff that has nothing to do with porn, like TV listings for Will and Grace reruns. That's all going to be blocked. Images of rainbows, banned. You're not even going to be able to purchase male underwear on Amazon because the temptation is too great, you know. Those listings a lot of time will have underwear being modeled by half-naked men. Not going to happen. Not on the Jesus phones watch. Yeah, so this mobile service is going to block porn, LGBTQ stuff that it considers incompatible with biblical teachings, drawing praise from conservative religious groups and criticism from free speech advocates and, of course, the gays. LGBTQ organizations are horrified. The company, called Radiant Mobile, is scheduled to begin service this week as a mobile virtual network operator, leasing bandwidth through infrastructure connected to T-Mobile, according to interviews with company executives. The service markets itself as a Jesus-centric alternative to mainstream mobile providers. Founder Paul Fisher told reporters the network's filtering system is designed to remove access to porn as well as websites and online content tied to LGBTQ identities and gender issues. The company uses tech from Israeli cybersecurity firm Alat or something to categorize and block content across more than 100 web categories, from twinks to bears to Subaru dealerships. Sorry, lesbians. You're going to have to get yourself a heterosexual automobile. Fisher said the system can target individual sections of websites instead of blocking entire domains, citing pages connected to LGBTQ resources at universities as examples. He also indicates that the entire domains could eventually be restricted if the company believes objectionable material becomes too prominent on those sites. Radiant Mobile's leadership says the service is intended to help Christian families avoid exposure to online porn and sexually explicit material. Chief Operating Officer Chris Klimas, an Orlando-based minister, said concerns over children encountering explicit content online were a driving factor behind the project. The company plans to charge about $29.99. Well, that's very inexpensive. I'm thinking about switching to Radiant Mobile now. Unfortunately, I primarily use my phone to masturbate to, so this might not be a good fit for me after all. The company plans to charge about $29.99 per month and says it hopes churches will eventually receive a portion of subscription revenue when congregants sign up through affiliated ministries. Executives also said they intend to market the service through Christian influencers and potentially expand internationally into heavily Christian countries, including Mexico and South Korea. The launch has already sparked debate over censorship, religious freedom, and digital access. Supporters frame the service as a faith-based parental control option, while critics argue the network's broad restrictions on LGBTQ shit could further marginalize queer communities. And yeah, that's kind of the point, and limit access to educational or support resources. A spokesperson for T-Mobile said the carrier does not have a direct relationship with Radiant Mobile, noting the startup works through a separate mobile network management company. I'm sure T-Mobile's like, oh, fuck, we're going to get dragged into this. We got nothing to do with it. You know, it's our network, but we have to allow access to third parties. So, you know, blame them, not us. Second story we have for you today. Oh, looky here. We got one from our most fucked up state. Say it with me.
Fly, praise Jesus. Give me hallelujah. Down home of Florida. Did the most fucked day. Florida is a
My favorite part of this version of the song is at the very beginning, where it just goes like you can't help but make that noise before speaking. All right, a U.S. Secret Service officer assigned to a security detail for President Donald Trump in South Florida was arrested on Monday after allegedly exposing himself. And not just exposing himself, but also whacking off in a Miami area hotel hallway. He was jerking off while following guests to their room, and he was caught. Again, he's not a very good Secret Service. Like, there's nothing secret about what he's doing. Everyone kind of saw him masturbating. John Andrew Spillman, 33, was taken into custody shortly after midnight at the DoubleTree by Hilton near Miami International Airport and charged with indecent exposure, according to the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office. Investigators said hotel guests reported that Spillman began following them in the lobby Sunday night, behavior that left them fearing for their safety. According to an arrest report, the guests retreated to their room after Spillman allegedly spilled his seed. That's how he got the name. Spillman allegedly continued following them upstairs. One woman later told deputies she saw him masturbating outside of the room. Hotel security officers responding to the complaint allegedly found Spillman on the hotel's 6th floor with his pants lowered while engaging in lewd conduct. So that whole masturbating thing, that checked out. She wasn't just being hysterical, seeing things, imagining the whole thing. No. He was whacking off quite furiously. I mean, think about it. He started masturbating as he was following these guests back to their room or shortly after they arrived to their room. A woman saw it. She called the cops. Then the cops eventually came, and he was still in the middle of whacking off. He really was lost in his bait session, gooning real hard. Yes, hotel security officers responding to the complaint allegedly found Spillman on the hotel's 6th floor with his pants lowered while engaging in lewd conduct. The Secret Service confirmed Spillman was in South Florida as part of a perimeter security screening detail connected to Trump's visit. This is why he keeps getting fucking shot at. These assassins keep slipping through the cracks because the Secret Service is all horned up, focused on cranking their own hogs rather than protecting the President of the United States. Now, I'm not saying we should provide Secret Service with whores so they can fuck and then focus on their work with some sort of post-nut clarity, but it's not the worst idea in the world. Am I right? This would be a good use of taxpayer dollars. The agency said his assignment ended Sunday and that he was off duty at the time of the incident. He was masturbating on his own time. Spillman, who was originally from Texas, of course, is based in Washington, D.C., according to the agency. Some reports said he joined the Secret Service back in 2019. Quote, the alleged conduct is unacceptable and stands in stark contrast to the professionalism and integrity that I demand of our personnel, Secret Service Uniform Division Chief Richard McCulley said in a statement. The agency said Spillman has been placed on administrative leave pending both criminal and internal investigations. Spillman appeared in bond court Monday, where a judge set bond at $1,000, according to court and jail records. He was later assigned a public defender and scheduled for a future court appearance later this month. So there you go. And finally, today, freaks, we got one from the great state of Washington. A Washington state woman accused of driving her car onto a suburban sidewalk just to scare the shit out of some little turd has officially been charged. It's against the law to do that, by the way. You can't try to run down a kid on the sidewalk, as fun as it may seem. So here's what happened. The kid was riding on a dirt bike, and that just really pissed the driver off. Now, I don't know if the kid was initially on the sidewalk or if the kid was driving or riding his dirt bike on the road. Doesn't matter. Something really pissed off this driver. Now, it should be noted, the driver was under the influence of alcohol, which is going to complicate things for them. A Washington state woman accused of driving her car onto a suburban sidewalk and chasing a child riding a dirt bike while allegedly intoxicated has been charged with attempted assault DUI, and criminal trespass after cell phone video of the incident spread online. And yes, I have it here. The incident happened at around 6 p.m. on April 28th in Cheney, Washington. That's according to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office. Witness video released by deputies appear to show a silver Ford Focus swerving towards a child riding a dirt bike along a residential sidewalk while neighbors shouted in alarm. Let me just go ahead and play that for you now.
Hell, this lady's crazy.
Yeah, I think the kid may have, I can't quite tell, but I think the kid was on the street. It's a residential street. And then as soon as she starts honking like a crazy person, he gets on the sidewalk. She turns onto the sidewalk. Meanwhile, the kid in the dirt bike tries to zoom away, and she just follows him. It takes her a few attempts to actually get the car onto the sidewalk because she's not a great driver and drunk.
She's trying to run. Oh my God.
You know, for a drunk driver, she's doing a pretty good job navigating the sidewalk because there are a lot of obstacles. You know, there are trees on the side. You know, there's curbs and stuff, fire hydrants. She's avoiding it all.
No kidding! Oh my God!
Authorities identified the driver as Wendy A. Clemente, 56. Deputies said witnesses reported that the vehicle jumped the curb and pursued the child along the sidewalk before returning to the roadway and leaving the area. The child was not injured. In the video, the car appears to narrowly miss a fire hydrant and bushes as neighbors react to the pursuit. One witness can be heard yelling that the driver was crazy, as you heard. Then, about 25 minutes later, deputies were called to a reported burglary roughly a mile away after a homeowner watching a live security feed said a woman was trying to open door handles at his residence. Deputies found Clemente and the Ford Focus parked in the driveway when they arrived. She probably was so drunk she thought it was her house, right? According to investigators, Clemente told deputies she had taken her dogs for a ride, and what a ride it was, right on the sidewalk, and was looking for other dogs to socialize with. Authorities said she denied remembering the earlier confrontation involving the child and initially denied consuming alcohol or drugs before finally later admitting she had been drinking. Officers, you got me. Deputies said they observed signs of impairment and obtained a warrant for a blood sample. The sheriff's office said Clemente also attempted to kick a deputy during the arrest. She was booked into the Spokane County Jail on charges including first-degree attempted assault, DUI, and first-degree criminal trespass. Court records cited by local and national media outlets showed Clemente was released on her own recognizance following an initial court appearance the next day. It wasn't immediately clear whether she had retained an attorney. So there you go. That, my friends, is your Distorted News for Wednesday. Before we get into any voicemails, let's check in with our For Harry Cunt text line.
Start sexting for Harry Cunt. Send those nudes for Harry Cunt. For Harry Cunt.
All right. We begin with area code 417, who shared a story. I don't know if it's their story. I'm an ER nurse and once had a 450 to 500 pound female patient who had a bunch of abrasions on her abdominal penis. I asked her about it and she nonchalantly answered, "Oh, that's from the fuck stick." And I responded, "Your what?" And she says, "The fuck stick. I'm trying to get pregnant and our neighbors hold up my stomach with a wood plank so my husband can get in there." There's no way this story is real. I mean, I can understand maybe the need to like lift up the gut. The part that's not believable to me is, calling the neighbors over to hold up your stomach. Yes, I get my neighbors to hold up my stomach with a wood plank so my husband can get in there. So her next-door neighbors stand on either end of her, pushing a 2x4 piece of lumber to hoist her large belly up and out of the way while her husband has sex with her. Working as an ER nurse for years has given me a lot of answers in life. Thank you very much for the story. Jack writes in. We'll just call him Jack. Literally a quote from Mead on his recent vinyl video. Oh, yeah, Mead did post a new video. I haven't watched it yet because it's just him talking about all of his previous albums or something. Like, I don't give a shit about that, but maybe there's something good in there. According to Jack, here is a quote from that video. So I put this on my 7 inches. I got 7 inches here, and you can pull it out and hold it in your hand. Yeah. You know what? I might have to isolate that audio. No way he said that with a straight face without knowing. P.S. I'm sure that those old 5-minute DV episodes would probably work very well on a Commodore 64. I am going to turn one of those old podcasts into a Commodore 64 audio file that people can download just for shits and gigs. Oh, you know, someone else met area code 613. I'm so glad you sent this screenshot in because speaking of mead, I saw this today. It ran across my feed. I don't know why I didn't think to talk about it, but Mead posted on YouTube, not a video, a picture of Preparation H hemorrhoidal cream. And he said, I picked up an old friend today. So Mead's having some hemorrhoid issues. Now that's what his video should have been about. I don't want to see him showing off his old records. I want to see him showing off his hemorrhoids. Get on that, Mead. Area code 406 says, hey, Tim, whatever happened to Lesexaflex? They had so many bangers. Yeah, I know. They went away. All traces of Lesexaflex are gone. Actually, I just looked them up. They're still on Spotify, but I mean, they're not producing new music, unfortunately. If you want to know their top song, their most popular with 12,600 plays is a tune called Suck Dick Eat Cheetos.
Dangerously cheesy. All I want to do is suck dick and eat Cheetos, munching on your cock like breakfast burritos.
It's interesting because they've got like an album on Spotify, but it doesn't include any of the songs that we feature here on DV, like TSS, Toxic Shock Syndrome. You gonna get vagina cancer. So I think DV is the only place you'll be able to hear some of that Lesexaflex music. We'll play that at the end of the show today. All right, we'll do some more text messages later on in the week. Right now, though, let's get into some voicemails. Love to hear from you. Many ways to contact the show. Show at DistortedView.com. I'm all over social media at DistortedView on Twitter and Instagram. Facebook.com/DistortedView Show. Let's just do a couple of these real quick here.
Hey, Tim, it's Stacey in D.C. I'm catching up on old shows. And 2 points. First, it was very funny listening to you talk about... I was trying to brush my teeth, getting ready for work, and you're talking about your mom... How your mom might sound having sex with the guy who's kind of Canadian or Minnesotan.
I said that? Oh, my poor mother. Hasn't she already been through enough? You know, something I didn't tell you guys, I was kind of worried about my mom hooking up with so many guys in her retirement community. No, that's not what I was worried about. You know, my mom had thyroid cancer, a very bad kind, and it wasn't looking great and blah, 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 blah. But she has beat it, knock on wood. She had her thyroid removed, I think, in September or October, and then did like radiation and all that stuff. And I was thinking, shouldn't they be scanning her at some point? Like, I feel like they should be on top of this. Like, I would be wanting a scan every goddamn 2 weeks. You know, like, is anything back yet? Is it still gone? Right? And they hadn't done it, and they're like, oh no, we're gonna wait until April to do a CT scan. I'm like, oh, that seems like a long time. And then my mom freaked me and my sister out because she was like, my throat feels weird. And I'm like, oh, no. She's like, it just feels like there's something there, like when I swallow. And I'm like, oh, no. Like I'm just bracing for the worst. And so she got her CT scan. And then, of course, you had to wait for the results. And thankfully, good news, it's just like scar tissue from, having all the shit done to her throat. Everything appears to be good. So far, so good. No signs of anything bad. Scared the shit out of me for a while, though. And then I get on the program here, and I'm like, yeah, I bet you my mom could really suck some mean Canadian dick or whatever. Whatever horrible thing I said about my poor mom.
Canadian or Minnesotan? He's like,
oh, yeah.
I brushed my teeth. I was gonna throw up. That was so funny.
I do love that guy.
The other one is the Indian buffet. Lord Douche he would eat at a buffet. The guy's like a control freak.
Oh my God! Did I talk about this? I'm so glad you brought this up because it is turned into an issue. The problem with the buffets is that everyone is touching the big scoops to, like, you know, put the food on your plate. So that's a problem. And also with Indian food, you know, you got the naan, you eat that with your hand. And I don't know why, but for years, Lord Douche didn't really think about it too much. But now it's in his mind and it's driving him insane. Like he hates the idea of eating naan. He won't eat the bread anymore. And it's also a problem because you're touching the scoops that everyone's using, and then you start touching your own silverware, and then everything is just infected. So yeah.
That is the last place I thought that you guys would want to eat at.
Yeah. Well, you know, he likes Indian food, and I have grown to like it myself. But yeah, lately it has been an issue, the cleanliness part of it. And then there's like always people coughing, you know, and sneezing by the buffet, and it really is just a ground zero for all sorts of illnesses.
Hey, Timmy Boo, mad scientist here. I was just listening to the voicemail left to you by the frickin' Lego Mafia.
Yeah, like, he was a little intense, right? It wasn't just me who sensed that.
That shit was funny. He said, "Oh, this is my third call because the first two went off the rails," and then proceeds to go completely off the rails.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Timmy. We'll all protect you from the Lego Mafia.
Man, I don't know. I must have said something about Lego. I love Lego. I like Lego. I mean, but there is a certain type of adult who is like a little too into Lego, you know what I mean? I think one of them might be a listener of this very podcast. Let's do one more call.
Hey there, Timmy Boo. On the 223 show, you spoke about the results of the Texas primary for a congressional district. It had Valentina Gomez, that crazy lady that burned the craw on.
Where has she gone to? Now that the elections are over with and, you know, she lost miserably, what is she going to do? She's going to try to be like a TikTok influencer?
Running for Congress.
Podcast. She's going to start a podcast. Oh, I hope she does. Content.
Tim, you said that she got like 10%, and that meant that, you know, hey, she had a lot of support. Well, you know, Timmy Boo, in the congressman's last general election, there was like 355,000 people that turned out to vote. In the Republican primary, there was like 37,000 people that came out to vote. That's about, 20% turnout. So that means that, like, of the hardcore people that will turn out for every single election, maybe like 10% were just like upset with the incumbent or whatnot. That's probably why she did as well as she did. A lot of people tend to have like resentment. Hey, my congressman screwed me over. He didn't help me with my VA claim or something.
I see.
All right, well, Tim Bill, that is my analysis.
Thank you.
Also, Tim, I'm the guy that called saying his car is jacked up. It's been jacked up for like 2 months. Good news, I've been listening while I've been walking. I'm down like 20 pounds.
Hey!
Since my issue started. All right, I love you, Tim Bill.
Congratulations on the weight loss, my friend. Keep it up or keep it down. Oh, real quick, before we go, I got to say thanks to DV listener Tom, a.k.a. Santa. We got another mug in the mail, and this one was the right color. There's still something wrong with it, of course. But thank you very much, Tom. I'm going to use that mug myself. The problem is that it's first of all, I appreciate it. Lord Douche appreciates it. But look, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, if I'm living in misery and I can't find the correct mug, I'm going to let you guys know that the stuff you send me is not correct either, because it's that difficult, right, to please the man. It's a standard size mug, which I think is like 8 ounces or something. And Lord Douche really needs something that's bigger than that. We're looking for like an 11-ounce mug. So, and that's very hard to find. So, like, look, you got the glass part right. You got the tinted, right? It's like green, beautiful. Now try to find that mug in something bigger than 8 ounces. You can't do it. It's impossible. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Why is it so hard to meet this very simple, it seems simple criteria? And I'm with Lord Douche on this one. It's crazy that we can't find a proper mug for the man. But thank you very much, Tom. I really do appreciate it. All right, that is all the time we have on this edition of the show. Want you guys to email me, show@destroyedreview.com. Destroyedreview.com is our official website. Voicemail line for you, 206-666-4463. That's 206-660. God is a dog.
You can't build a society with tits.
Spread the distortion. STD. Tell all your friends about the show. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating, a thumbs up, or like wherever you can rate and review podcasts. I'll see you back tomorrow if and only if you're Sideshow members. Otherwise, I'll see you back on Friday. Until then, have a great day. Bye, everybody.
Your mama. Orangutan boob. Vagina cancer. A video loom. Vagina cancer. A Boy Scout troop. Vagina cancer.
This has been another excellent podcast from the Scribe Media Group. Learn more at scribe.net.